Hi, my friends. I'm buckling down for the night again. See, I have this little sidewalk area, and I like it because nobody walks by here, and it's a perfect little spot, right? And also, it put little sticks down in my thing. I'm seriously, I won't leave the trash there because you don't trash a place. You go, come, leave it as the way you come. But I put down sticks sometimes or something to make people walk another direction because they'll see some object there and then they'll go around, right? So I can put up my lawn chair. I mean, not my lawn chair. Yeah, my beach chair right there. You know what I mean? So anyway, seriously, you got to use all these little like walls and barriers just like to get people to move around you, right? So like I said, I'll put sometimes like this one. I don't have it open here, but they can see I'm already here. So most people will say there's some crazy homeless guy, so they'll go around the other way anyway, right? But you can like you find some like trees or branches on the side. You can drag him. You can drag him in. Look at my hand. It's like going invisible almost. Look at this. See this? The speed. Look at this. It's just so slow. But anyway, look at that. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Now you get distracted and you're like, oh God, you Kirk. Well, anyway, so that's what I'm going to tell you. You could spin an object fast enough around here. Now you get distracted again that you couldn't even see it coming down the street. I'm kidding you. So, this is about the frames and all that. But anyway, that's beside the note. So, the technology down there, the government may already have that where you can have invisible stuff, and they do have mirroring technology where you actually have soldiers sitting right there in the bushes and you wouldn't even know it, right? Because Japan has also come with this mirror. It looks like a piece of cloth that you can put there, and it looks like it's just like not there. But God, that is weird. I don't remember my camera being that bad though. Look at this. It's like when I move, man, you can like almost see right through my hand. I mean, seriously, this is the delayed, right? It's really struggling. Look at this. It's like my hand disappears. There's a really bad delay. Well, anyway, so what I said about with this is that there's a glitch in the matrix. I'm just kidding. So anyway, so where was I headed with this? Oh my God, now I forgot what it is. Oh, sorry. Okay, so here's the deal. What is the deal? I didn't know it was a deal. Oh my gosh, I am sorry. I just lost. I'm just so tired. I can't even think about this for a second. What everything I was going to do. Oh yes, it goes back to Domino's Pizza. I was a manager at Domino's Pizza. That's how I paid my way through college. Is I saved up money when I was working as a manager in Montrose, small town. Underday Story, great group of people, by the way, right? But anyway, so what's wild about it is that I actually had see, here's what happened is you get tired of eating the same pizza. We had free pizza there for lunch, right? And sometimes we'd trade pizzas with like KFC or McDonald's or somebody, and we trade. But sometimes you can only do that so much. It takes a lot of time. I mean, it almost wasn't worth the effort. By the time you get what they want and you want, make sure the prices are equal, blah blah blah, all this other stuff, right? So then we trade our lunches. So anyway, we get so bored of eating pizza every day for lunch, and we're tightwads, couldn't afford to go out. Sometimes you would, but you're trying to save a buck when you're making minimum wage almost. Anyway, so what we would do was we could we'd buy barbecue sauce and put that under for our tomato sauce. I mean, we did everything. We did a white mustard. I think was it white mustard? Yeah. I think we got white mustard somewhere. Yeah, which is actually pretty good. White mustard, I haven't seen that in years. But anyway, we use yellow mustard, all sorts of stuff, right? Just putting different sauces on there, okay? And so what we do, so I thought, I thought this is a great idea. We should do this like the barbecue sauce. You'd put barbecue with like, ham or sausage or something else or onions. It tasted really good, right? And there was other things we do, different types of. We used one time chili. Oh my gosh, you took, you use right chili, use a can of chili, and we make this chili with, use the hamburger, and we'd buy our own cheddar cheese because they don't have mozzarella. Well, anyway, so we'd make all these different pieces. I said, that Domino's ought to do this. And so what the response was I got back during that time? I think I even talked to the district manager. I said, oh no, Kirk, God, we only just do pizza. We don't need all this other stuff, and it'd just be more of a problem, blah, 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 there's other issues, right? Well, I'm hinting with this. What's amazing about today, oh my gosh, I looked, because I hadn't ordered from pizza from Domino's, and oh my God, since, we're talking 20 years or whatever, and it had this list there, and it said all these different types of sauces you could put on, and they didn't charge for it. Extra for this, that. I was like, you have kidding. Pizza, the same thing. You have different types of sauces, I think. Pizza too, I think so, yeah. So I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, 10 different types of sauces. They had the ones that we talked about. I think they had a barbecue. I'm not sure. They had all these different sauces besides tomato sauce. I thought, man, that is crazy. And they said I was crazy back in the day. I'm having someone with this story, by the way. So I was like, whoa, the options are unreal. So then also now, and at the time we only had pizza. There was nothing else. You couldn't get Coke from them. You couldn't buy anything else. It was pizza and pizza only. No breadsticks, nothing. Then they came out with the breadsticks, right? And they were, oh my God, I hate to say this, they were disgusting. Oh my gosh, they were dipped in like 10 pounds of oil and just, I don't know if they've changed. I do not know, but those things are horrible. And then they came out with the personal pan pizza, right? And then also, so they started they eventually came along with Coke, and then they started doing Coca-Cola, which was hard for our drivers to get used to, and it was a mess because they'd forget it, and you'd have to go back. Even myself, I'd forget sometimes. End up buying it at a 7-Eleven or somewhere on the way to Delight Pizza, and then wasting all my personal money because they would not cover the difference in cost. Well, anyway, so they came out, so then it was pizza and Coke, right, and then some breadsticks, and then they came out with salads. So they started slowly introducing different options to be competitive, right? Especially the Pizza Hut, because they're offering so many options. Well, anyway, some hints of this. So anyway, I had these ideas about the sauces, and I thought, well, geez, but here's what it really comes down to. It's a simple product. I know this. It's not like Tesla, but I'm going to bring Tesla's picture. He was developing technology that the world was not ready for. Isn't it amazing? He even said the world is not ready for the technology I'm bringing forth. And boy, is he right, because it is amazing how that you might have a product idea or something that, even something simple like sauce, but now it's like, they got it, it's the world had to move towards that because everybody's competing for all these different types of options and all having variety, right? And so Domino's had to start satisfying a broader market. And I'm hitting the point of this, a broader market, a broader diverse number of people. Well, that's the problem we see with churches. That churches are doing the same thing. They're trying to satisfy everybody, and in the process, they're satisfying nobody. Okay, that's why we become milk warm, and they're just they're even run out of places to evil things. Like you remember even the Catholic Church, which we're not going to go there, but they were renting out. But I know some of you said, well, they're evil to begin with, but anyway, we're not going to judge at churches and that stuff right now. All right, so they actually had rented out a few years ago. They'd rent out their property to some like evil satanic stuff. I'm not kidding you. I mean, this goddess of whatever, right? I can't remember what the one with got like 50 arms and all these different types of evil things, right? And churches are doing this. And I just talked to somebody today about that, about their church accidentally renting to somebody that was kind of naughty. I don't want to go into details because we talked for about 30 minutes, but their church did the same thing. She said, well, we can't control who rents the place. Well, yes, you kind of can. But they weren't like evil, like satanic, so that's a different story. But some will rent it out to very evil things, right? So, they need to use some thought about not just going for the buck and, something's supposed to be holy, rent it out to whoever, okay? So that's what I'm talking about, that everybody wants to satisfy everything, even your government. Let's go. Let's left wing, right wing stuff. And I'm not into politics. We know that both sides have issues, but look how you have the Democrats who want to give everything out to everybody, right? They try to satisfy everybody. In that process, they satisfy no one, and they violate even human rights in that process. I'm not kidding you. So there's the issue. You cannot satisfy everybody at the same time, right? And that's what makes it difficult, because that's what the world's trying to do from a governmental standpoint. They're trying to satisfy everybody. In that process, they're satisfying nobody, right? And that's part of the beast system, loves that, right? Because they're going to use every tax dollar they can, trying to squash every little thing and spend your money on this and that, trying to make it look like they're satisfying, which they're not. So we're trying to do great things around the world. Look at this, right? And they're actually helping nobody, right? So, well, they're helping in some small things, but they make sure that they're the first ones helping that process, right? So there's an issue that in this process that nobody's getting really satisfied, right? Because you get too many cooks in the kitchen. See, for example, even though you can't do everything you want. So think about a pizza place that was trying to do everything. Trying to do pizza, they're trying to do lasagna, trying to do hamburgers, trying to do all these different things. something's going to give in that process. That's why you cannot be a cook, or you can't do all those things in a restaurant. Now that's something where you got to look to us in spiritual sense as well, that we cannot, satisfy everybody. Somebody's going to always be felt underprivileged or under this and that, right? So there's the issue too, is that everybody can be satisfied, because somebody's going to have to give. But we try to make win-win situations out of it instead of win-loss, and and that comes back from the guy. Actually, he was had that had a mental disorder that came up with the win-win loss win. By the way, just amazing. That wasn't invented until like 50 or 60. Oh, A Beautiful Mind. He's the one that did that. He said you got to make every situation a win-win, right? And so that all sides win. And somebody's screaming. You kidding me? No idea what that is. So anyway, so that's the idea, right? Gotta be quiet, because then you draw them, the person they're asking you what the hell's going on and stuff like this. All right. So God bless, you get it. So think about that more. Think about it in detail. God bless.